Now, I don't know about you, but I think there are such things as light bulb moments in life. You hear something, you see something, and life is never the same again. This happened to me very early on, just before I joined the media, thank goodness, where I was driving along listening to the radio, and the presenter was interviewing the person he called Marlene Dietrich's grandson. And the question was, what was it like having a grandmother, Marlene Dietrich? And he replied, Are you asking me about my grandmother or about Marlene Dietrich? And the presenter and I were puzzled. The same person, yes? No. He said, No, I can tell you about my grandmother because my grandmother played a character called Marlene Dietrich, who in turn played characters on movies. That was the light bulb moment. I suddenly realized that actors create characters, celebrities create themselves.
You have no talent, Simon.
You're mean. Especially you, Simon. You other two are nice. You.
Bye.
Here's an early version of Simon Cowell, still on the ground slopes of fame, looking for a persona.
Motor racing and is a keen go-kart racer. Please welcome Simon Cowell.
Hello there, friend. Simon, go-kart racing. Is it fun?
Fantastic.
Is it dangerous?
Not really, no.
Are you sure about that?
Positive.
I prefer pasta to vegetables. I mean, are we finished?
You'd hardly recognize this mild-mannered sous chef from his later creation.
Wake up! You wake up! Idiot! Fucking come in here and help me instead of running your jaw. You shouldn't even be in the kitchen. Get out!
Ladies, the performance is solid.
And now, he's the amiable game show
Honestly,
host.
You two are stressing me out with your bickering.
One pretty young girl and 3 eligible bachelors.
So where do celebrity wannabes learn who they are? Where do they go to try on different versions of themselves to see which one fits?
And we'd like you to welcome Burt Reynolds. Burt, good evening. An entertaining guy, bachelor number 2 hails from Waco, Texas. And we're delighted to welcome Steve Martin. Good luck to you, Steve.
Complete this sentence. This may sound a little weird, but...
I am naked right now.
Please join us in welcoming Karen Carpenter.
Now here, Karen Carpenter, early in her career, seems very awkward and shy in this early TV appearance. But look at her body language now. She's learned all the tricks of the trade of living in celebrity land, how to mount a podium and how to greet fellow guests.
Here's Russell Brand. Russell?
I had no idea at the time that what I'd done was constructed a persona or identity for myself. It wasn't really a conscious decision. When I look at this person that I created, in a sense I'm quite glad that I did it, because it means now that I don't do those things, now that I don't live in that world, now that I'm a father, a husband, and that my priorities in life are entirely different, now that I'm no longer suspended in that stimulating state of fame, now that I have come to earth, I recognise, oh my God, there is peace here.
I'm holding your hand, look! Dad, she likes me, okay?
But back in La La Land, celebrities continue to breathe the same rarefied air.
Justin Timberlake is your favorite, really? Yeah. Justin!
And they're always very pleased with each other. It's a kind of mutual affirmation society.
I'm also coming for your muscles, so...
They build themselves golden cages. And in many cases, not all, but in many cases, their real selves are absorbed by pampered self-indulgence.
We can see it. Oh, you got a fan here.
Sometimes they get so pleased with themselves, they leave you no room to be pleased for them.
Such a beautiful job. Thank you. Yeah, you're being really rude. Oh, really? Do I look like a new girlfriend?
I thought of it.
So how does this fame thing work exactly? What happens to you when you become famous?
And you fracture. There is a fracture occurs, like part of you, like you split. You know, you see it in a TV show sometimes when like a sort of a light body steps out of someone and looks back, like a phantom version of the self. And that thing goes off to live in the world of fame. You know, an object held in the culture where people talk about you and discuss you and say things about you. And you think, well, that's not even who I am. That's not what happened. That's not what I meant. That's not what I did.
You've talked in other interviews again about
Celebrity journalists whose job it is to tear the wings off butterflies always try to crack the public persona open like a walnut.
You know, the dark periods you entered and taking drugs and drinking and all of that.
But if a celebrity is worth their salt, the training from Celebrity Bootcamp kicks in.
Or whether that's still something.
I'm sorry, I really don't. What are we doing?
Well, I'm just asking questions, that's all.
Right.
I mean,
Okay.
Bye.
Thank you, guys.
are you. I'm sorry.
But what is your question?
I was wondering if you find it difficult for celebrities to talk about their sexuality.
I don't find it difficult for celebrities to talk about their sexuality. Are you asking me about my sexuality?
Sure.
Why?
Why?
Thank you.
Okay.
What are you referring to specifically?
Referring to the, the drinking problems, referring to what's been called the anti-Semitic rant, referring all those things. You know what I'm talking about.
Okay, so that's almost 4 years ago, dude. I mean, I've moved on. I guess you haven't.
Well,
So
I'm just wondering if you think that the public has moved on and will perceive you in the same light.
Well, I certainly hope so. You know, it is a while back, and I've done all the necessary mea culpas. So, let's move on, dude. Come on.
Edge of Darkness opens today. It's good to see you back in the saddle and doing what you do best. Thanks a lot for joining us, Mel. Take care.
Bye-bye. Asshole.
You have to learn how to fight and defend yourself from predators without letting your heart go dark. And that's an extremely difficult balance, but I wouldn't trade this life for anything. I love being me.
But I don't think the public is fooled anymore. Do you know we had a movie made at our house for 3 months? They were here. And the star of the movie was Tom Cruise. Now, I had several conversations with him. I'm immune to celebrity. I just talked to him like a real person. We talked about chickens and living in the United States versus living in East Grinstead in Sussex. Ordinary things. Now, here's a man who's world famous, whose life has been splayed out on magazines and supermarkets all over the world for a decade. We know everything about him, don't we? And what's the question I was asked more than any other? What's he really like? And I can honestly say, about him and about all the other celebrities I've met in my life, I have no idea.